here comes the Tennessee pressure.
They are one of the best steal teams in the SEC. They try to turn you over because that helps to get them out in transition. Half court, they're going to take their time.
Here goes Lamont Butler. Ziegler, the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, will try to lock him up tonight. Brea will shoot from the outside. It's good for Koby Brea.
Brad Underwood talked about yesterday that they can win the game on the glass.
It's a steal by the defensive-minded Butler to Brea.
And they call it, makes it impossible for the guard to get back in front.
Williams on the doorstep, had trouble converting the other night. Works inside here on Ivisic. Shot clock with which to work in time to set up with Brea on the top.
And I think they need to attack Ivisic inside with Williams.
Kentucky has won 4 of their last 5. Look at Brea fly. Exploding for 2. Ivisic, Mraz Johnson is in 2. Couple substitutions for the Illini. Williams a screen. Brea is free to fire.
Well, and look, you've got to know now if you're Kentucky that they are switching all of those screens down there. So the guy that was on you is going to veer back into that passing lane.
Brea locked and loaded.
That's good defense by Kentucky.
Illinois this half, 7 possessions and 2 points. And 1 of 5, diving inside for 2.
With Coach Underwood yesterday, he's so consumed by character. He gives every guy a personality test. I said, what are you looking for? Work ethic, accountability. He said, want to know what I'm not looking for? Selfishness. It's a non-
His first for Illinois.
He thought he got pushed into that foul. Referees disagreed, obviously.
Brea.
Nobody ever commits a foul. You don't have to do it.
It's true.
Garrison. Brea. Screen. Fake. Fires. Got it.
Yeah.
Johnson a screen. Maneuvering. Johnson got it in the screen roll, but it was foiled on the play. Garrison was a part of the defense, and it's Butler up the middle. Brea on Boswell. On the wing, Carr. Here comes Brea. Another screen, and here's a 2.
Needs to get going for them.
That's the first time he's gotten into the lane on a drive today.
Another screen, another 3, Brea.
Here's what we're talking about. This is, I mean, those steals lead to transition, and one of the blocked shots led directly to the basket.
Brea again off a screen.
I like Boswell. Putting Boswell on Brea.
What a stroke.
But it didn't do any good.
Year while he was at San Diego State.
Conway got it and goes slicing down the lane. Ran into the defense that time of Carr. Butler the other way. Puts on the brakes. And they'll swing it around. Koby Brea had it and gets it inside with a great cut. And a terrific Defensive Player of the Year. Dowd 3. And there again is Oway. There's a minute and a half to play in the half. Williams on a pass. Cutting was Brea. He's the Player of the Year in the conference.
Player of the Year in the conference. Player of the MVP of the conference tournament. 3rd in the nation in steals. Scored 16 points in the last 10 minutes of their conference championship game.
Brea will set up. He'll launch a 3. There he is, in the game, Jackson Fields.
And that's a testament to Troy's defense.
Yep.
And listen, this is the 8th most efficient offense in the country, Kentucky. And this Troy team is guarding them as well as anyone in the SEC is guarding them all year.
Brea
To finish, go up and dunk the ball.
It's Jackson Fields losing it inside. And picked up by Colin Chandler. On the wing, Brea 3.
Well, that's where basketball...
Williams and Carr. There's no point guard for Kentucky this entire ball game. Multiple guys, and a play starter like Williams is going to have to be really good against this pressure defense.
There's Brea. Great hedge out there defensively by Mo Diabate. Wow, he set on. And Sears. Diabate, no. You think their pressuring of the guards has to do with the end of the game last night when they saw all those Kentucky turnovers?
And it has to play in. And Oklahoma went that full court pressure. A little bit of a roadmap for Alabama to work with.
All but a layup for Koby Brea, right?
The NBA does going forward, and I think next year there's a good chance we have and one, and that would be one tonight.
Williams wants it again against Amore. It's Brea who penetrates and hits the floater. Koby Brea. 2 seconds to get a shot off, and Fears nearly banked it in. Really good defense by the Cats.
Yeah, the Kentucky 57 points better defensively in terms of efficiency than they were last month.
Kentucky lineup, it's got Owe. Butler, Brea, the terrific shooter, driving here. Gets the friendly roll. They got things rolling.
Well, as you guys mentioned, Wagi had the game of his career last night. He cramped up a lot during that game. So he's fasting for Ramadan, so he can't eat or drink fluids during daylight hours. So he was up late last night receiving IV fluids with the hope that that will not be an issue here tonight.
Koby Brea, Williams wanted it down low, and look at the height advantage she has. Fast ball movement, Brea the floater. And boy, they haven't missed a shot.
There's as good as you're going to find for a defensive guard and a loose ball gatherer.
Fears 3, no, that one rattled out. Feels like another potential punch for Kentucky, and it is as Brea buries the 3. You have throws it up with his left, challenged again. Carr just held his ground.
A pretty good job by Kentucky to stay in front of the ball, and that is not easy.
Great pass, yes, Perry to Brea on the baseline. Brea Fears has a dozen. Carr, Chandler. Great effort, Owe. Brea. Yep. Give Owe credit. Terrific offensive rebound.
Doesn't he? And his first step is elite. I mean, he covers a lot of ground with that first bounce of the basketball. Nothing wasted from Jeremiah Fears bouncing that rock.
Brea, a pull-up 2, rattles it in.
Was not known as a pull-up 2. Got to show off in that last Kentucky possession.
Well, the Elvis pulls up, too strong. Want to play with more pace, fast, hard cuts. Brea. And that's another way to do it, too. Wiser.
Shooters, it didn't work there. Let's see if they can lock in.
Well, he did in that first meeting, scoring the last 18 of the game. He's got 20 now in this one. Brea. Always set it up, back-to-back threes. And
Brea, though, I mean, you got to be catch and shoot ready. When you're that good of a three-point shooter, you're not going to have much time.
Brea trying to go over Mitchell in the eye. Wow, Brea just dump trucked his way to the rim.
I was waiting for a turnaround jump hook, and he's like, no, I'm going to bury this dude and go on his head. Rarely do you see somebody get to the rim and finish over the top on a back down play like that.
Put Carr in his pocket. Brea fires from the logo. Why not?
Really physical drive there and great patience with a pivot. Got to his spot.
Under 2 to play in the first half. Brea circles it back out. Carr with a matchup inside on Jacob Cruz. Brea dancing on Pierce. Says, I'll take it. Nobody else needs to touch it. Back buckets for Mizzou.
I think Butler tries to do something more aggressive there if he didn't have the 2 fouls, as you mentioned.
Cruz is in Brea's shorts.
And that's a better matchup now for Missouri.
Turns into a fadeaway. Koby Brea take it over.
Nice job throwing his shoulder into the defender, get where he wants.
Mizzou Arena coming alive. Perkins gamble, Brea mid-range. Made him pay. And Warwick lets it fly. And Missouri may be out of bullets. Butler ahead to Owe. All alone. Brea. 2-hand jam for Koby Brea.
We're going to need him to have a special night tonight. Misses that one.
Rebound Williams, and here comes Butler. Brea, he can shoot it. Cam Carter, little runner. No good. Carr the board. Here comes Butler. Koby Brea. Count it.
See a couple of weeks back. Broom missed it.
I'm surprised he didn't take the first opportunity.
Janai Broom is still scoreless. Koby Brea is not. Boy, Moore's a good defender. Williams the shot put, it won't go. Noah the rebound. Brea the save, and it's still Kentucky ball.
Oh, what a rebound by Trent Noah.
Brea, a good look. Buries it.
That's one thing to switch, but Auburn switches to take things away.
Williams one-on-one with Broom. The handoff for Brea. And the baseline jumper will go. It's a Tool will take one from the corner and hit.
And against a 1-3-1, it's the corners that are going to be open. That low man in the 1-3-1 has a lot of space to cover.
Moore, a fifth-year player, all 5 years in the Auburn program with the corner. Follows his miss and puts it home. 5 quick points for Moore.
And terrific second effort. Moore in the game primarily as a defender. But you give 5 points on top of it, that makes you doubly valuable.
He averages just over 1 point per game on the season. Brea with a shot fake, gets it off, and hits another one. They got to find help, gets it to Butler. Shot clock's at 3. Almanor tips it to Brea.
What a smart play.
That have been on the shelf and now back tonight. A great sign for Big Blue Nation.
Kentucky is getting healthy at the right time of year. You got 2 veteran players who have been playing good basketball this season, getting back into the action. But what it really does is
left again.
And he'll get there left.
He'll get
it's
there.
Like, they used to tell you about certain players. Don't let him go to the right. Don't let him go to the right.
Brea.
You know what? They get to the right.
He's got 3.
I'm going to let it fly. What a scoring machine this kid is. Coming off a 35 point performance against Missouri.
He's got 23 tonight. 65 career games with 20 or more. Brea needed it, and he buried it.
The way Ortega has impacted the first 26 games.
He's got impacted with his great jumping ability, attack aggressively, because he's got a great athleticism.
Handoff, Brea. Tough shot. Koby Brea is
Now sitting there with 25, coming in off of a 35-point game. Well, Mark Sears has found his groove this week.
Lanier was unbelievable, making 8 threes against a quality opponent, top 10 team, Texas A&M.
Brea in the paint. That's a difficult shot. He gets the friendly roll here on the
Amari Williams. Veteran official Pat Adams throws it up. Opening tap. Controlled by the Cats and freshman Travis Perry running the point tonight to start for head coach Mark Pope. Injuries continue to be a concern. No Lamont Butler, no Jackson Robinson. Koby Brea from downtown. And in conference play right here on SEC Network, also on the ESPN app.
Absolutely must-watch TV. You want guard play, you've got that. Obviously, Mark Sears, and his guard play.
Aggressive, gets the roll. Badly needed bucket.
Yeah, that is a pretty running hook, but it goes back to what we said. He used his speed against the bigger, taller, stronger Brandon Garrison.
Here's Brea. Hogard closed late and paid the price. Pass ahead, and Tyler Tanner. The layup, 79-58. That'll stop 8-0 run by the Cats.
The change in this basketball game was Kentucky deciding to go inside in the second half. That is what actually opened it up from the perimeter.
That cut to Brea.
It's unnecessary.
Lanier leads the SEC, 3.5 made threes per game. The transfer from North Florida. Brandon Garrison, number 10, with the ball into the game for Amari Williams for Kentucky. Another good passer, and again, they run a lot of offense through him as the 5-man. The bounce for Koby Brea. He's won a national championship here. He knows all about Big Blue Nation.
Started his career at the University of Washington before transferring to play for Rick Pitino here at Kentucky.
Brea got it. Koby Brea. Zakai Ziegler, Jay, 17 points and 6 assists. Noah, 3 threes in the first half. Brea with a great defender on him in Meshack. Hits the 3 over him.
Finish. Where has that been from Chaz Lanier?
Brea will back it out. Williams to set the screen.
Got the switch. Now Akpar on him.
Brea again. His second.
With 2 defenders on him, finishing with it left. How about that strong take?
What we call a grown man move by Colin Murray Boyles. Every bit of 6'8" and 245 pounds.
Kentucky has hit their last 3 shots from the floor. It's Brea's turn now. Off balance, but the soft touch and it falls. Mark Pope is just loved here in Lexington. Going out last night, people talking about how they just are so excited to have him here. Hoping they get back on track here with this game here today.
Well, he's one of their own, right?
Brea, here's a deep one. Okay! Koby Brea. And there's Brea ripping it away for the steal. He gets it back, pulls from deep. There is Butler on that handoff, working with Williams again.
What a save.
Now Brea spinning, dealing in the lane and finishes.
Garrison goes to the left and no good, but he deflects it back out, stays alive for Brea. Looked good, and it was good.
That was reload.
On Beard and his coaching style. Brea decides to take it by himself, and he gets that nice roll with a soft
Matchup zone, but you've got to talk, and man, that's too easy. I know he missed it, but a flash to the elbow after 1 or 2 passes.
Good pass, and Brea, another big dunk, and he saves himself. By Morrell, baseline kick, wide open, 3, Padula. Too strong, that's 1 stop. Brea will pull up. Hey!
Yes, sir.
Hierarchy.
Offense, I think, tonight on the road, and there's the physical force drive of Olin.
Andrew Carr should be available tonight. He's practiced in full the last couple of days. Another 3-point shooter is Brea, and man!
Show any better than what Richmond just did, and he just took it about 75 feet. What a fight back by Arkansas after that timeout by Calipari.
All right, at 20, Perry into the paint. Carr into the game for the first time. Great bounce pass there by Garrison to Brea. Starting 5's been the same every game as Ziegler fires a 3, no good. He missed one at the end of the game, which could have given Tennessee a lead over Auburn, and he missed the first one here tonight. Starting 5 for Kentucky, it'll be Brea, who's a very good shooter. He's been a little cold lately. Fires up his first, and that's a good start. As he not
Otherwise, they're kind of a system offense, and that's a big reason why right now Kentucky has a 6-point lead.
And to Seth's point, too, everyone remembers Dalton Connect and what he was able to do. And There's a great backdoor move. Good pass from Garrison.
Their starting point guard, Lamont Butler. Bad news for Kentucky. They do have 8 turnovers. Tennessee only 1. The relentless ball pressure by Tennessee normally will wear you down in the second half.
Good first half for Almanor. Good first half for Jackson Robinson. Brea penetrates this time, and he hits the floater.
Yeah, it's hard to get Tennessee in defensive closeouts. Kentucky done it multiple times.
Power no good. Another rip rebound for Williams. He's now in double figures with 10 boards. Mismatch somewhere with Akpara out there on Brea. And he fires one over him. That drops! Series that time, but they pop Milicic. Back-to-back horns, possessions by Rick Barnes, a layup and a 3. Williams has become the ball handler. Oh, Koby Brea through that.
In that NCAA tournament.
Double in the top, leaves Butler on the wing. His 3 is no good. And how about the hustle and the offensive rebound by a kid getting some minutes today, Trent Noah.
Now, Trent Noah's a worker, and Mark Pope had no hesitation throwing him in this game with Andrew Carr not being available.
Good hands there, knocks it away from Butler as Kentucky's missed their last 5 threes. And that ends that when Brea.
As Aiden Holloway comes off the bench for Alabama. The sophomore from Charlotte is shooting the ball awfully well right now.
Boy, great pressure on the ball there. Koby Brea was wide open on a back cut, but Garrison couldn't see him because Nelson was pressuring the ball.
Brea doing what Brea.
He got a matchup that he could really drive, and that's what Alabama does so well that doesn't get the credit, is they're an excellent driving team. And that sets up a lot of their threes. They drive it, draw help, and kick it out, then swing it.
Alabama shooting 73% in the early going, 8 for 11. Brea had it knocked away, got it back. Boy, Mohamed Diabate making him work very hard, but Brea still gets the
lane, but not at the expense of giving up open threes.
Butler into the paint, left it short. It is still loose, and now Garrison has it.
Alabama has ratcheted up the defense, and their vertical contests at the rim have been excellent.
Brea on the drive, and he will snap the 10-0 drought. Garrison, the handoff. Butler. Garrison, the rebound. Brea from the corner. Yes! And it's a 2-point game.
Basket, that was deflected by Butler. Brea tries to thread the needle. They kick moving it around.
Butler is so good as a behind-the-ball defender.
Brea, yes, nothing but nylon.
That he'll be back before the end of the season. Has surgery on a toe, and hopefully that thing will get healed up, and he'll be back.
A little pressure now by Mississippi State. 2-2-1.
And you know who's licking their chops is that guy, Koby.
Godfrey to pass into the corner, 3 off the mark, and Perry rips it down. Kentucky looking to run. Robinson skip pass. Brea, and he's got it. He said it.
Free up guards in the defensive work as well.
They're looking to free up Brea. He will pull it and knock down the 3.
And a great backdoor cut, and Denzel Aberdeen, the junior from Orlando, is on the board.
You think that Aberdeen's going to come off for a handoff, and instead cuts it short, goes backdoor, and just a beautiful delivery by Condon.
And what a start for the Gators, playing their style of basketball here in a hostile environment.
And so physical.
Koby Brea, one of the nation's best. Double digits now for the Gators.
Both Houck and Condon, as big guys, 6'9" and 6'11", shoot over 40% from 3.
Butler on the drive, runs into a wall, but wide open is Brea, and that is costly. That is sometimes games that start early don't have quite the juice, don't have quite the feel. This one does not have that issue at all. It is a scene here in Lexington. Brea ties it.
Just a little Iverson cut over the top and turn the corner rather than shoot out to the wing for the catch.
This is Perry, again a huge scorer in high school, better than 5,300 points in his high school career. That is a Kentucky record. Brea can't get the shot off. Now Carr, 5 on the shot clock. Robinson, Brea, count it!
An effortless shooter from deep, and when he gets hot, he can really get on a roll.
Clayton averaging 17, now into double figures with 10. Brea on the drive this time. Left hand off the glass and good.
They started. But why shouldn't you see them on this stage? Because their coaches would go if they got the opportunity.
From an 11-point deficit down to 6 now, thanks to Walter Clayton Jr. He's defending Koby Brea at the other end. Perry has returned for Kentucky. Hit a 3 earlier this half.
That was the same play they just ran that got him that 3.
Brea gets free just for a moment.
Both he and Martin have been outstanding on the offensive end.
They've combined for 47 points. Perry in there to spell Butler again. Brea knocks down another.
And injects energy. He's probably their best on-ball defender.
6-point game. 6:15 to go.
So Kentucky getting really good movement.
Good help there by Houck. Brea kicks it out. Garrison back to Brea. Trying to get the shot off. And he does!
See there in the bottom right, where it was on that Final Four team at San Diego State 2 years ago, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm here shooting baskets,
yeah.
And I said, now one of you is left-handed. And they were like, no, they were just working on their left hand. I said, well, it's working out pretty well because I couldn't tell that you're not left-handed.
The daughters of a coach, indeed, always working on the little nuances, the fundamentals.
Oh,
Brea, yeah, great backdoor cut around the screen. Well, obviously, as you pointed out there, it's world famous. Not sure how official these ice cream rankings are, though. That 3 is good. Koby Brea. That it's certainly going to be in that conversation right there to be a top 4 team in the Ivy League. You brought it up before. They were selected 3rd out of 8 in their preseason poll. That's one of the higher projected finishes for this program in a long time. Brea to the basket, and you got the big man Will.
This is the start Ohio State had hoped for against the number 4 team in the country. Brea going up for a triple. Wow, this one. Okay, Brea's in the lineup. Koby Brea, let's see if they try to free him up for some 3-point shooting.
Oops, little slippage. Robinson, okay. They're not letting him.
There goes Brea. There goes the 3.
Yeah, good call.
Brea thought about a 3. They came out on him.
They have been right there on all the shooters. Pretty adjustment.
Nice reverse layup.
James Scott, the 6'11 sophomore from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
For Louisville to win this game, they have to be physical and disruptive and make Kentucky uncomfortable on offense. And so far, they have not been uncomfortable. They're running clean offense.
Here's Koby Brea, maybe the best. And a nice floater there goes for Rain Smith. Again, a guy much more likely to take a 3, but he knocks down a 2.
Well, they're sticking to him at the 3-point line and running him off of it.
Again, a running offense through Williams. Ansley Almanor in off the bench for Kentucky as well, number 15 in white. And now Brea with 8 to shoot. Smith trying to stay in front of him. Brea goes by him and hits.
And when you have a 3, and especially thin up front. And that's why Noah Waterman has to have a good game and play significant minutes in this game. Great back cut.
Game.
He's got speed. He can decelerate when he needs to. He's like a great pitcher. He changes speeds.
Brea behind the back. Tough one over some size.
Opponents, they got blown out at NC State, but they nearly won at Syracuse, just down the road from their campus, lost by 2.
Carr into the corner for Brea, one of the nation's best from deep.
I told you, this guy's an athlete, 3 in red, and you see he can get to his spot on his own, and that time Colgate cleared out the entire backside. Kentucky's help defense was nowhere to be found.
Carr drawing some attention. Those 2 different doubles as Cox digs in. Owe back out. Carr back to Owe. Brea over the top of Carlishimo.
Parker Jones, really versatile forward. They use a lot of different ways as a screener, a popper, a shooter, does a lot of things for him.
Here's Brea in the starting lineup for the first time.
And the Patriot League is getting bucket after bucket.
It's a game that Kentucky led 17-0. Colgate just kind of came out cold, sloppy, couldn't make one. Here's Noah. And Brea has plenty of time to set that one on the tee.
But can they get the open looks is the question.
With the mismatch, a teardrop comes up short. Here's Noah. Brea hesitated, still got it. It's almost a 2-8 start. It's their worst start since 2016-17. They've given Kentucky all the Cats want tonight.
And it does. You mentioned their success and continuing to reach the postseason. It feels like a 14-3, 15-2 type game right now, where the favorite gets a little bit of a scare.
Nemhart, by the way, already with 7 assists. And EK with 16 and 6 inside, and Brea gets it to fall. About 4 minutes to go. That one inbounded by Travis Perry, who's back into the game. Brea fires and hits. They're Clemson. You got to get back and build a wall. Kentucky wants to score early. So far, so good by the team in white.
Creasa plays with an attitude, but he's out there 77 in blue. Brea calmly knocks down a 3.
And Almanor keeps it alive. Brea! Third opportunity for the Wildcats this possession.
I think the fan base wanted to see that one drop for Koby Brea more than he did.
Brea gets all the way to the cup and throws it down. With a sky hook, that's a pretty move.
That power shoulder was able to give his balance and reset things. Get a power jump over the top with the jump hook.
Kentucky's lead cut to 20. Here's Brea. Shooters keep shooting.
Keep doing what you're doing. You have to play to your identity. They play so fast. They can shoot from the outside. They space you out. They get to running. And they were able to turn the defense into offense.
Play against teams that you've watched on TV that you don't get a chance to play against.
McHenry came up short.
Kentucky's done a good job, whether it was Jackson Robinson or Kirk Creasa, of getting on McHenry's left hand.
Brea wide open. He's going to burn. It doesn't take long after a make or a miss.
Jackson again hounding the ball. This time it's Lamont Butler trying to get Kentucky in their offense.
Brea wide open. Drains it.
It's right there. I mean, it's close, but it
was dropping by about a half
the
millimeter.
Effort. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, the effort, but count the bucket.
72-59. Still fun to watch those rejections.
Great length, timing, and athleticism.
Brea, the pump fake, and the 3.
Shy of 5 assists per game, despite not being a starter. Mansell, he's been shooting it well. Has that one go a little bit long. Brea, the rebound.
Those are the kind of threes I think Kentucky is willing to give up.
Brea down the lane. Little floater is good. Timeout, Jackson State, as Koby Brea.
Well, the Michael Jordans, the Dr. J's, Larry Nance, Clyde Drexler, Spud Webbs, your best dunker, Dominique. We all wanted to compete and have fun. Nobody cared who won.
Jackson State. Hoover, 10 to shoot. Got Williams in the air and just can't finish. Brea in transition, a three. Yes! 5th assist. Make that 4th assist for Lamont Butler. Is that one off the mark? Chandler another board. Chandler getting an extended run here with the second unit. Jump stop, kicks it out. They swing it around to Brea. That patented ball fake. Here it is. Yes!
I'm sure there's some science to that Rubik's Cube stuff, but until someone explains it to me, it's just magic.
I would try to explain it to you.
Gracious.
I just get a headache if I did. Carr, as they beat this press. That exact press was worked on at shoot-around this morning by Jackson State. Trying to get some action at half court, and if they don't get it, they go back into their regular set. Is Brea open for three? Yes! It was 5,381.
I was only off 700. But
the all-time leading scorer in Kentucky history, top 10 nationally in high school scoring history, as Garrison keeps possession for Kentucky. Looking for Brea. Brea finds Garrison. Wanting to hit a backdoor cutting Perry, but he's covered up. 8 to shoot. Around a screen. Brea, he'll let it fly from 3. Yes! To play here in the ball game. Kentucky looking to hit triple digits for the 3rd time here at Rupp Arena. That one poked away by Garrison. Oh, way out ahead to Brea. Brea, the jam. Starting to heat up. He's got 7. Travis Perry got his first basket in a Kentucky uniform against Lipscomb. Brea thought about that 3. Now he'll shoot it. Why not? Why not?
Again, they all been good shots, but every one of them are hit the front of the rim.
What a job by Jackson Robinson to collapse on that, forcing the steal.
Great hands by Kirk Carissa to get the steal. Something Kentucky likes to do here, playing out of the post.
Brea, ball fake, open for 3. Yes! But won't give up much else. It's very similar to Syracuse's zone, right?
Absolutely. Look for Kentucky to get the ball in the middle, play out of the middle, inside to out.
Brea, you don't want to leave him open. Yes.
Hard to play zone. Getting in the paint. Lipscomb's going to play. They're going to keep playing till the end here.
87-52. Williams off the leg. Gets it right back. Now Brea. Brea, step back 3, top of the key. Yes.
They were playing that wide pin down. They call it top lock. They were playing on top of him so he couldn't come out toward the ball. So he just went to the other side and wound up getting the open 3. Really a great adjustment by Con Knippel.
And the answer at the other. First 4 free throws tonight. Just missed a pair there. Butler playing with 3 fouls. Can't get by Proctor. And an injured Blue Devil. That 3 on flag. Knippel driving on Williams. And it won't go down. Butler pushing. Great feed to Brea for the layup.
Anxious to see how he continues to develop as he grows. Only in sophomore.
1 out of 2 for Ian Mota as Colin Chandler into the game as well. Gets the rebound. Brea will pull up from 3 after a ball fake, and he drills. He's 4 of 7 with 10 points. He's been kind of that calming factor to get them back into this game.
He really did. It was his buckets that really started to let Bucknell climb back in the game. They still have quite the task to finish here, but
left open is Brea in the corner. Yes, sir.
More.
3 in the corner from Edmonds. He buries it.
Edmonds gets there. And again, it just looked more comfortable. Bucknell looks like they finally settled down and they're finally checked into this game.
Cut the lead to 13. They're hanging around after Kentucky threatened to blow it open. Brea looking for someone to feed it to. Can't find anybody. It bats out to Carissa. No look pass. A 3 from Brea.
Being able to roll and pop. The fact that Kentucky is pressing everything down to the baseline and keeping it away from that, it just takes everything out of the offense and takes them out of their flow.
Kirk Carissa dumps it down to Garrison. He wants to go to work. Gets doubled, so he backs out of it. Brea, step back 3. Why not?
And that goes to show just how their coach, Mark Griffin, has instilled that type of toughness already.
3 left short, right into the arms of Brea. Krisa behind the back. No-look pass now to Amari. Another no-look pass. Krisa passes up the 3. Brea the ball fake. A little bobble, but he's still finishing. Stop, lays it in.
Great fight by Bucknell. They got
Brea cheating up front and on a feed from.
Buck's been a little bit more quiet in the second half.
Brea's a great rebounding guard, isn't he, Robbie? That's 6 now on him for the afternoon.
Yeah, that's something that he's going to have to do. At 6'7", he's going to have to come down, especially when they get into SEC play. And
Brea,
rebound.
heat check. Yes, sir.
Shirt freshman in limited action. Brea left all alone.
He was one for Mark Pope.
3 ball off the mark. Williams with the board. Touch pass to 77. Krisa on his 3rd Division I school. Signed to play with Bobby Huggins last year. That didn't work out. And West Virginia had a terrible season, but he was a winner playing at Arizona. Won 86% of his games. Corner 3. Good. Really good action. Koby Brea. State 5 on the clock. Contested jumper, no. Garrison got a hand on it. But Koby Brea, who's playing in Wright State's hometown for the Dayton Flyers the last few years. Brea, floater, good.
Good aggressive move. Now Brea. He and R.J. Davis in North Carolina, to me, going into the season, would be 1A and 1B. Now, I got to wait and see how they play. But, man, those 2 guards are dynamic.
It's a good coaching
my
move
guy.
right there.
I love this kid as a person. I like his game a lot, though. Just unafraid in Rupp Arena as a true freshman.
That's left hand by Koby Brea. Feet inside, and it rolls home for Callahan, who's finally put up 13, 11 of those in the second half.
He's going to get a lot of minutes this year.
Krisa had a wide open layup, dishes it out with the assist.
But that's a Kentucky.
Meanwhile, Perry and Noah on the floor. They played in the Sweet 16 here at Rupp. Perry's grandparents were at the game today. Ran into them at the hotel. Beautiful feed inside and a touch pass.